So I think this was the first question you had listed.
Yeah.
So go ahead.
So essentially, what does respectful behavior look like in dating? And so the biblical reference I think was in first I think was in Ephesians 5:33. And there is a big conversation about how important it is for a man to be respected, especially by either the woman in his life or in general, right? So if you're looking for a wife that models this, certain type of behavior that's respectful, what kind of characteristics would a man be looking for in order to, pinpoint, like, okay, these are some characteristics that I know will be positive for a future wife?
So in First Timothy 3:11, the Apostle Paul is describing um, deacons' wives. It's not necessarily talking about women in general. He is talking about women that would be leaders in the church, deaconesses, and things like that. But I still think this is something to aspire to. So it must be dignified. Okay, the things that you do, you hold yourself in a higher regard. There's a classiness to you, the way you carry yourself. A wife is the representation of her husband. When we see the wife, we see the better half, as it were. It's we do think of the husband, or we do think of that household, how she treats other people, how she handles her business, how she talks to her husband in public, must be filled with dignity. So a dignified woman, a classy woman, a woman that you look at and you could see, just her day to day. You're like, yo, that's man, that's a woman of high status, just
Yeah.
based on how she carries herself. It says not malicious gossips, getting together and talking about other people negatively, and just spreading
Yeah.
spewing dissension amongst brothers, which Proverbs 6:16 through 19 talks that
Yeah.
one God hates when someone, man or woman, uh, spews dissension amongst brethren. Temperate. So temperate means she's not quick to change emotions so
Mm-hmm.
quickly. So she's kind of even keeled. She's not quick to anger, quick to
Yeah.
sadness, quickly annoyed. That character is something very valuable in life, because there's all sorts of manners of things that are going to happen, and a man can't predict all of it and correct all of it before it happens. And faithful in all things, she can be trusted. Proverbs 12:4 sums it up really good. An excellent wife is the crown of her husband, but she who shames him is like rottenness in his bones.
Mm.
And so, an excellent wife is the crown of her husband. Like she signifies to other people that he's a king, based on her behavior, based on how she is, how she treats him, how she treats the household. Like she is the one that, like, I love the imagery there. You spot the king if you're playing chess. You spot the king piece because it's the only one with a crown on top of its head. And so an excellent wife is the crown on a man's head. She turns him into a king.
Mm.
And but then one who brings him shame, her behavior, or how she treats other people, what gets back to him, as far as like, oh, we heard that your woman was out and about doing this and this, and like I said earlier, she represents him.
It could bring like honor or disgrace to the man.
Yeah, and it's like rottenness to his bones. So I think women should, uh, as far as respecting, women should do their best themselves. Like, this is not anything I'm saying is not men should force this upon their woman. This is a woman taking it upon herself to do this. Um, she should never bring shame to her man, and and all that in all its forms.
It's good.
All right. Any follow-ups on that? Are we ready for
I think we're ready to go.
my first question? Okay.
All right.